And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of DeceasedCraft. So, last episode, we went to the Tier 2 district and raided the Mega Tower. And I know I did make a couple promises about hitting a few other buildings, aka this guy right here, which is kind of bigger than the Mega Tower. I still have yet to visit it. Same with this building, as well as the movie studio. Well, before we get into that, I'll probably rate those at some other point, just because there is a tower that I did find out that is way more important than this area. If you guys play the new version, the first district I do recommend going to is this other one over here. This is the other Tier 2 district. I keep forgetting the name of it, so let's take a quick look over here at the district list. But yeah, as you can see, the area we were at with the Mega Tower is the high-rise office. The one that I highly recommend visiting first, if you can, would be the high-rise residential. Reason being is the fact that this area has a ton of materials that you will need throughout your gameplay, especially when it comes to inventory management. This area is highly recommended. I did find that out through playing on a server with my brother, so we kind of completed everything there just because a sad announcement is the Wasteland is not in the beta, which means there is no late game and no end game. So technically, as soon as we finish raiding the high-rise hotel and the retail area, our series is pretty much a close, but we will, I guess, play through it, set up some things, kind of get things set up for a late game, even though there is none. But whenever it is released, or the official pack is released, I will definitely recreate the series. And this time, we should be way more prepared, and I will try to tackle it a little faster. Just because that'll then give us more time on doing a lot of other things. How I said, this area, highly recommend you doing if you can. And that is because of this singular building right here, the vertical school. Like, I haven't been into the Mega Tower or that other tower that's bigger than the Mega Tower. Who knows, maybe that place does have some materials that I probably needed and might be comparable to the vertical school, but I have yet to explore that entirely. I didn't even do that on the server where we beat it, and so that means I haven't even touched that place here. But yeah, a reason why I say the vertical school is because when I did loot it, you get so many materials, or I looted it on the server. I have yet to loot it here, but you just get so many materials, whether it's create, whether it's immersive engineering, or my favorite, refined storage, which is what we are going to do. So, I basically just went over there to take everything that's refined storage related so that we can get our system set up, just because if you look at our inventory, it's a huge mess. Like, just look at that. It's a mess. But yeah, once we get this refined storage down, we should be able to dump everything in there over into the system and then start organizing everything, which I'll do offline and do it as quickly as possible, just because I do believe there will be a horde in a couple days. Let's see, where is our calendar? Do my eyes deceive me? Most likely. I mean, I am kind of blind, so it does take me a little while. As you can see, 5 days. So we should be able to set this up and then head over there so I could show you guys why that place is also important. Not to mention all the crystal hearts that we have collected from all the different areas. I'm not sure if I put them anywhere specific or if these are all I have, but if you are at a stage where you don't die frequently, aka you are pretty good at staying alive and not dying, then I highly recommend using these crystal hearts as soon as possible. Why? Just because, as you can see in a moment, just like in Terraria, you gain a heart, which is pretty cool. Just a little side note is, it is not infinite, so you cannot just keep using crystal hearts non-stop. There is a limit, however, I don't think I have enough crystal hearts to officially hit that limit. But, as I said, there's a limit, so once you hit that, you technically cannot increase your health anymore with the crystal hearts. However, you will still be able to increase your health utilizing the food system, where as you eat new foods, you can gain health, as well as utilizing your crap, which button? Yes, F10. Uh, as well as utilizing this little point system over here, you can continue to increase your health tremendously. So yeah, that's gonna be super cool. So I just use the health just so we could have a little boost, help us survive a little longer, and I said, if you're already good at surviving, increasing your health just a little bit helps you survive even more, especially if you're playing a hardcore world. This would probably be super cool, which I think I might do when we start this up next time. Just because I think that would be pretty fun. But yeah, what I did want to do this episode is set up the refined storage and show you guys how I go about setting this up, just so you guys can have a quick view of what you can do to get this done. And some of the items we're going to need is the crafting grid, disk drive, and the controller, which can all be found in the vertical school. I do not know about the other tower. Maybe it's also there. However, how I said, I have yet to be inside, so I cannot uh completely tell you yes, it's there. But I will try hitting that place at some point with you guys, so we'll find out together. But yeah, what we are going to need is some electrum and some rubber. Why are we going to need that? And that is because of energy pipes from the pipes mod is actually in this pack. And if you do it as so, you get energy pipes, which is relatively easier of a setup than relying completely on immersive engineering. However, I mean, I like to think I am pretty good at immersive engineering, so I could always just go over and explain that to you guys if you guys truly wanted it. I could rewire it too, it's no issue. However, just for convenience sake, I will be doing this with the pipes, just so you guys can see how I get this to work. So, edges, don't care. I guess I can set it up before writing about other things. Let's see. Where is a good spot? Perfect. Exactly where I wanted it. So, here, I'll put the controller right. I guess this would probably be the best bet. Then we'll have our disk drive, or we'll do this with the controller outside. Put the disk drive right here, and then put the crafting grid right there. Yes, it looks a little funky, or it will look funky from back here, but we just do that, and it's back to being sealed. So now we just need to feed some power into this, and the way we are going to power our stuff is using the thermoelectric generators, which you can get quite a few from the vertical school. However, if you want some materials before going to the vertical school, then we could just go back to the other district over here. I want to say, let me double look at this. High-rise office and then high-rise residential. Okay, office and residential. Let's remember those two words. So, the office is where we are at. If you go over there and you loot the garage and you go to the basement where Ford is, you can find a thermoelectric generator. So hitting 2 garages could yield 2. I don't think you need 2 of these guys. I'm pretty sure with 1 you will have plenty. But yeah. So let's mine these 2 blocks out and we'll just put them like that. And then after this, we just make basically a little hole on each side of the thermoelectric generator. And then we are just going to put ice on the outside just because it is way easier to get this ice and you could get tons of. And then, I mean, lava isn't rare. I mean, you will find quite a few lava pits inside the road, so it's basically your choice of which one do you want to get more of, 4 buckets of lava, or you just rather get 2 buckets of lava. Just because you do need 1 of each per phase, or basically 2 heat and 2 cold. And then that's basically maximizing the amount of power you could get. So I believe blue ice is technically the coldest temperature-wise block in the game right now. And then I'm pretty sure you can use uranium, and that is technically the hottest block in immersive engineering. It beats lava. So if you really want to maximize your power pool, then you just replace these 2 lava blocks with uranium. However, I don't really care about that. I just want some power. So from here, I'm pretty sure we could just connect it like this. And then as you see, oh, you're not getting any power. How is it connected? Simple fix. Boom, boom. And just like that, that is filling up with power, which is relatively nice. And as a little backup in the event that we do need a little bit of power from somewhere, let's see. Can I spot it? Or will my brain fail? Nope. Yep. Here we go. I knew we had some high voltage accumulators somewhere. Well, while that's charging up, what I'd like to do is add another accumulator as a battery backup just in case a zombie might break this. Highly doubt it will happen, however, you can never be too sure. I'd like to put one of these guys, and as you can see, this guy is not charging. Why is it not charging? That is because of immersive engineering features, which all we have to do is grab this hammer, and it's as simple as clicking on this block. So when you have this hammer, or whenever you aim at it, thanks to Jade, we can see some additional information. As you can see here, it says 0 FE, facing side has no connection. How can you change the connections on these accumulators? And the way you do that is with an engineer's hammer. So if we aim on it, as you can see, we have some extra text popping up, and it shows facing side, no connection, and opposite side, no connection. So if you guys struggle with immersive engineering and messing with batteries to help move and pull power around, all you have to do is get a hammer, aim at it, and then if you right click, you will be adjusting the facing side. So here, if we right click, as you can see, it changed to energy input. So if we run our wire here, now it will accept energy. If we right click again, it is set to output. And then cool feature is, say the other side is blocked or is connected to something and you wanted to make sure it was properly connected. Here it also says or shows the opposite side, which is very convenient, and then you could also adjust it from this side. All you have to do is hold shift and right click, and as you can see, you can also change connection type, which is pretty nice if I'm gonna be honest. So let's just right click right here, and just like that, now we do have some extra power over here. And then just in case we do need to pull power, we could just come over here, shift right click, and now the top is output while this side is input, which will be pretty cool because then we could just run a pipe from here down here, and then technically this should be a-okay because this is already getting powered. We're producing enough power to power this, so in theory we should be able to just connect the wire, bring it down over here, and then we have basically a failsafe, which is pretty nice. And yeah, just like that, I kind of want to show you guys just that, so you guys can see how to set up your little refined storage system if you had no clue how to power it. There's also electric motors from create, which I believe is what I used in my last playthrough. And then this one, I mean, you can craft it, or if you're lucky, you should be able to find a few of them out and about. I'm pretty sure the vertical school also gave me electric motors on the server, so yeah, I mean, that school has a ton of everything. You could get a ton of enchantments, a ton of it's just so rich in resources. But the the downside of the vertical school is the fact that it is an insanely large tower. Like, if you thought the mega tower was huge, this tower is even larger. So, let's see if the vertical thing helps. So if we aim up here, the top of the tower is Y275. If we aim over here, the top of this tower is Y213, which may not seem like that much of a difference. However, it is such a crazy difference because it is higher up by 60 blocks, which adds about at least like 8, 9 new floors. But on top of that, if you take a double look, this is kind of tiny. Well, this one shows out. It's almost double the size of the Mega Tower. So it has so much more room for you to properly explore and raid. That is why that thing takes forever. So, downside is it will take you forever to raid it and will require you to make multiple trips. So, if you have a motorcycle, vehicle, airship, or any form of transportation, make sure you have at least 2 more diamond tier backpacks inside so that you can go down and switch and fill it up again. Just so that you do not have to make multiple trips back to base, which I've already said once before, but I feel like it's highly necessary to go over it again. Okay, so the last thing I do need to make is one of these storage housings, which is just 2 pieces of glass, 3 aluminum, and some duraplastic. So we get one of these guys. Let's see, that's silver. I swear I had aluminum somewhere. Yes, there you is. Let's grab another one. And then 4 pieces of glass. And then we'll grab our 116K, which we got from the Mega Tower. I mean, we got all of these from the Mega Tower, really. But let's just grab one of these. I'm only going to make 2. I believe I could fit everything in here with just the 16. But just in case, we'll have the other one. So we come over here. Oops. That's why we have the hammer. Boom, 6. Come over here, shift click. Boom, 2 housings. You put this one, you put this one. Boom. If you ever want to switch it out, all you have to do, if you want to switch out the 4 for 16 or 64, and you technically have no items in it, all you have to do is shift right click and boom, it'll pop it back out. And then you could always just put it back in if you did it on accident. Just so that you guys know about that. And then we'll toss in this, and now we have 20k storage, and we could just now start shift clicking everything in here, which is super useful. So I will dump everything in my backpack into the system. Well, as much stuff. I will try to organize this stuff, and then I'll be back, and hopefully we have a few days before the horde. If not, then I think we're kind of ready to take it on. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. And I am back. So I took a few days organizing stuff, and well, we were able to localize a majority of all the items. And if we check over here, as you can see, we have a lot of stuff. And if we check our disk, as I said, I kind of knew we were going to be able to fit a majority of everything in here within the 16k. I did leave out a few things, so like some of these shulker boxes are now completely empty. Some of these chests as well. However, I do not add guns and armor and basically tools into refined storage systems, just because if you add too many at a certain point, it'll cause a little bit of lag while you are using it, or delay, whatever you want to call it. And that is because of NBT data and how it interacts with the systems, and I'm pretty sure, regardless whether it's refined storage or applied energistics, having too many at a certain point will affect it. Applied energistics is a little stronger in that aspect, where it can hold a wee bit more. However, refined storage is a little weaker, but it's because refined storage is so much more easier to use. It's so much more convenient. As you can see here, you just have available space and you throw stuff in it, compared to applied energistics where it is limited to a certain amount of items or certain types of items. So yeah, with the simplicity, there's a little bit more uh, issues when it comes to throwing a ton of different things in there, especially if they have durability usages, like all this other stuff. Which, if you're wondering why I stacked all that stuff up, it is because we do have a little recycling thing. Oh no, I thought it was over here. Let's see, yes, scrapping. So if you make this little scrapping table and you make a scrapping hammer, or it gives it to you, you can basically break down different things into some components. As you can see, these are the 5 different things that can come out of an item when you break it down. However, it returns 30 to 70% of these items. So you could be unlucky as to getting only these two, these two, these two. It's not really specific as to what 2 pieces you may get. As for the 70%, that means you get basically almost all of it, but how I said, it is random. So if you're going to use that item table, basically, if I were you, I'd just use it to break down all these things, just because you could get a lot. I mean, that's if you want to hoard everything and break it down for use later on. Then yeah, that's probably one of the most convenient things to do. But before that, I did want to get into making ourselves a brand new set of armor before we head out, and I did want to make the chainmail. So chainmail is pretty easy, it's just making a ton of iron. So if we get a hammer, come over here and get this. I believe if we grab like maybe 24, let's just make 34, you know? You never know how many you need. Cutters. So then we just put the plates here, and then boom, just like that. Oh crap, I guess I had way more than I anticipated. Well, that's not an issue, because we could just come over here, make the chest plate. Oh, let's make the helmet. Thank you for moving out the way. Let's make the legs, and then of course the boots. And then just like that, boom. Full chainmail armor. However, I am going to make the football gear. I know the black one's probably the best one to make. However, I do not have a lot of black chalk. However, I do have a ton of red dye. So the only thing we are missing is some zinc plates. So if we just get that hammer again and put it right here, you could just do that. I believe that's enough. And then we just boom, helmet, boom, chest plate. Oh, looks like we need a couple more zinc plates. So let's do this, do the legs, and do the good old boots. And just like that, we have a brand new set. Of course, we do need to put some more thermal on it. So if we just come over here and type in coat, as you can see, we do have some stuff. And since we are only going to the other side, I mean, I kind of don't need it for this run, but we are going to need it for a future run. So we'll just leave the armor there. The reason why you would probably want to use this armor is if you are using a bat as your main weapon, which I highly recommend. They are pretty good. As well as whenever you are trying to go into a tier 3 area, this armor is pretty solid. Damage or armor point wise, it is more, or it also has more durability, so it does last way longer. Only issue is you are going to need these basic armor components to fix it, which I said, if you go to the Mega Tower, you can easily get a ton. And then as for ammo, I did raid quite a few police stations, so I threw it here. That's why that is not found over here, and that is because, as you can see, it's just we have an insane amount of ammo, and I don't think we want to fill our system up if we can help it. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Let's see, this armor, really good. Is very useful for hitting tier 3 until you make tier 3 armor, and then it goes with the bat. I highly recommend if you find the saw bat, you use it. As you can see, you already do 11 damage. If you put sharpness 3 on it, you go up to 14 damage. And with the bonus of this, you do get 30% movement speed. Just general if you're not using the bat, aka is what we would get if we keep using our club. However, if we did switch to the bat, then we get an additional 50% melee damage, which is pretty good because then you're technically doing 14 plus 7. That's 21 damage per hit. You will most likely one-shot quite a few zombies. However, there are some zombies that will survive that hit. So, now that we have our armor and we have this, let me just grab some leather. I just realized we put away our leather. Let's see, our tools look decent, and we will go into that other district. What was it? High-rise office and high-rise... Was it residential? Come on, I need to get better at this. Yes, we'll head to the residential area, which has the school and other items there. Okay, this is not the mining hole. Looks like I missed it completely. Okay, let's do this to prevent myself from going there. How did you get here? What? First time I see one of those guys spawn down here. Because this is technically all lit up, so they shouldn't spawn here, but yeah. Let's head on over. Oh yeah, I did find the other 2 books for the police station, so I will just reread them this episode, just so that you guys can get the full story. Maybe it makes a little bit more sense compared to how we read it, and it felt like there was a little bit missing here and there. So I think that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, as you can see, how I said, if you're trying to get lava, you'll find these little pits randomly, which can put you at risk at falling down if you're not paying attention. But yeah, that's always fun. Oh yeah, let's switch this out. There we go. That's what I like to see. Oh, I put our medkits away for that stuff. So let's get on a motorcycle. As I said, highly recommend putting your stuff here. I forgot to check if this is empty. It is cool. But yeah, put backpacks here, as many as you can, and level them up. Don't be afraid to use your resources. I know I was afraid in the beginning, and that was mainly because I didn't have a lot of stuff, but after hitting the Mega Tower, honestly, you should have plenty of resources. So I guess hitting the Mega Tower first, as soon as possible, is really good. Just so you have the diamonds to make your other, or to make all 3 of your, let's see, that will be eastward. So to make all 3 of your diamond backpacks to hit that vertical school. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll do my best to get over there, and then I'll come back in. But yeah, I did say we were going to visit the veteran. However, I will probably do that at the end of the episode, just because he's not too big of a player, but he is a nice, friendly man. So, I'll see you guys in just a moment. Okay, so I am over here at the high-rise residential, if I'm not mistaken, and this area has different buildings. Let's take a quick look while we're not being seen by anything. But as you can see, they have different apartments, which is interesting. As you can see, some of these are normal, and then we have damaged variants of each, except for apartment D. That one's the only one that looks like survived the whole chaos. And then if we look over here at the special buildings, we have the small flat apartment, the medium, and the large flat, as well as the police apartment and the damaged hospital. Little quick note is, if you do want to have a nice supply of medkits, medical materials, and buy crystal hearts and many other things, you definitely want to go to this place. Just because in the bottom of a basement, you will find a certain survivor. Yeah, over here we do have the Tiger residence, we have the vertical school, and the Oasis condominium, which I kind of went to this place. I don't know what special stuff this has. Maybe I just haven't found it yet. But yeah, Tiger residence, I am pretty sure that is the the huge apartment place that we used to raid, because I think that's just another vertical school just covered in snow. So let's see if I could see it's on the map here. And I can't see anything. Nope. Okay. So looks like the residence is in here, but if you guys saw it, you guys would recognize it as one of the older buildings. And yeah, but as you can see, this is the vertical school. When it's not snowing, it is pretty easy to tell what's what. And then when it's snowed in, you could it's a little harder, I gotta admit. So one of the things that I do want to do is kind of mark where we see some hospitals. I mean, I already saw one, so I will mark that in just a moment. It's just I'm trying to see if there is another one showing on the map before it is all covered. Because yeah, if you're looking around, you kind of tell this is a hospital with the little red H. I mean, can't really see the little middle block, so that's a little hard, but it is a damaged hospital. So we'll right click here, put create waypoint, and we'll just put HOP, and let's continue. So we are not gonna raid the vertical school, but I will show you guys how it looks. And of course we got a bandit just chilling right away. I hate those guys. They just shoot so loud for no reason. Sweet. My accuracy is working in my favor for right now. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I like when I'm actually hitting shots. Okay, let's not mess up this street. Yeah, as you can see, this massive building right here is the vertical school. Tons of material, tons of resources, like absolutely one of the best places to hit if you're trying to get yourself set up. So like early game, if you are pretty good at surviving without taking a lot of damage, I highly recommend just looting things, getting a simple anarchy sets, and then throwing some thermals on it so that you can actually live over here, and then immediately hit probably a police station, hit the mega tower, and then immediately come over here so that you guys can take on this place. Because once you hit this place and you completely raid it, I think you are basically set with materials for a very long time. It's kind of hard not to be completely stacked with hitting the police station, mega tower, and this place. You just hit these buildings over and over a couple times and you're just set. It's awesome. It's an amazing building. Okay, where's that explosive dude? I think he's on the inside over there. Let's see, hospitals over here. So we will make our way over. One thing to note is as you are walking around in the residential area, you'll see little fire pits, which I highly recommend looking for slightly bigger fire pits. And the reason for that is because you can collect some nether brick, and those bigger fire pits usually have slightly more netherrack than these, which will help you make the blast bricks needed to produce steel. As I've been playing extra safe, it's kind of caused me to play slow, and because of that, we aren't really very big in the production facility. However, I will make sure to include that in the series before I round it off. I'll show you guys production methods and setting up a creates system so that you can automatically farm gunpowder and whatever the case may be, just to help you guys out if you are stuck on that or don't know how to do any of that. And then when you are over here, hitting these little ambulances are really beneficial just because they do have some medical supplies. Sometimes this dude also has some pretty good stuff, and you can find the occasional golden apple, which is probably the best part of hitting these, especially since golden apples aren't really easy to run into. You actually have to hit the real main hospital in the tier 3 district to fully load up on medkits and tons of golden apples. As it, okay, it is a little cold over here. Let's get a torch in hand. Or, I don't know why I did that. I could have just literally done this. Okay, but yeah, as you can see, with our thermal, this area can be a little too cold, especially in the winter. I think that's like the main issue, is that it is winter, and we are over here. Okay, best way to deal with these guys when they're shooting at you is to move around and aim and hit them, just so they miss. And this is a damn horde building. I don't know, I saw a brick right there and I was like, ooh, let me grab it real quick. Okay, but yeah, this is, I think, the small flat. It doesn't look like the bigger one. The bigger one has like a second layer. It's kind of thicker than this. So I guess I could take this out real quick. Okay, boom, and I'll take you guys out. I just want to collect that netherrack and the brick right there. Just because the more we can get, the better off we will be. Okay, and of course there has to be hedges. Like, they're so good at stopping zombies, but I hate them because they're so good at stopping us. Because, like right there, I could have just jumped there, however I went sideways. Did that guy really hit me on his death? Or was it you? I think it was this dude. Okay. Just stop moving. I will put you out of your misery shortly. Boom. Let's mine this so they stop spawning right here. And, okay, just a few of you guys over here. Then we will be set. Come on. Don't be shy. Okay, cool. I did turn off shaders just because it does help a little bit with frames. Okay. He didn't send anything over here. Let's do this and take him out. That's probably the #1 enemy in the game. Okay, let's see. Can we mine this in time? Perfect. Okay. Why did he run all the way over there? Why would you do this to me? Ah, he went to recruit some people. Okay, come on. I want to get all this real quick. Pickaxe. Turn off all the fire. Come over here. Kind of don't need any of that right now, actually. Guess we'll do the hospital dudes challenge in a bit. But yeah, let's collect all this. Boom, 4 pieces. Not bad. Oh. And then we are going to want some magma. So we'll take that. We'll take you. And it looks like we could take... Okay, we got 3 of them. Well, that's not bad. If you're wondering how to make the blast brick... Okay, that guy didn't see me. I'll do it real quick. If we press U on the magma blocks, as you can see, if we put some brick... some nether brick and the magma block, you will make blast brick. If you're wondering how you can get the nether brick, of course you could always smelt the netherrack that you see, but thanks to Farmer's Delight, you can also break these guys down. Let's see. You see, you can break it down and turn it back into the brick, which you just need the knife and a cutting board, or you could use create to do so. So yeah. Interesting. Very nice. Okay, let's do this. Eat a little bit. Drink up, and the hospital's just a little distance away. Let's do this one more time. I swear. Okay, I knew I heard somebody walking over here. Just, the dude was hiding. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And let's just run through. These damaged buildings are pretty nice because you can find magma blocks in them. I'm just gonna take the nether brick real quick if I can. Any over here? Nope. Hospital's that way. Let's do this. Come over here, grab a stack. Ooh, I need to restock on my cobblestone. Okay. Boom. Oh, damn. This is a high one. Okay, cool. But yeah, as you can see, these damaged ones that have smoke usually have magma blocks. Let's see if I can see it in a little bit. So, okay, cool. Because they're stuck. Let's grab these two. And I believe with this, I should probably have enough. Okay, let's see. Can I find at least one more? Perfect. Why have you done this? Cool. There. I think we now officially have enough to be able to do what we want. Store that, do this, ammo's restocked, and we are set to go. Oh yeah, perfect. Magma blocks. You need more? Just come to a damaged building. Usually, you'll see where the damage is, and then you can just go collect it. Which is relatively nice. What is this one? Okay, this is a hospital. I'm a little redacted. My apologies. Let's grab this real quick, just so I have all the materials needed to build ourselves a blast brick furnace when we want to start producing our own steel. Of course, if you just complete Ford's quest, he will sell you all different types of ingots, so as long as you have the money, you can always just buy it instead of making it yourself. However, if you want to save a little bit of cash, just because you might be not too good at trying to survive and not take hits, because, well, you'll see in a moment when we are working with the doctor, you'll notice that his prices can be a little high, which makes sense. He's a doctor after all. Okay, dude. Can you just not... Let's just do this, and then I'll walk over and grab it all. Boom. Mine this. Boom. Perfect. And that's everything. That is the most disgusting, horrific sound these guys can make, and it's annoying. If you guys don't know who that is, it's the bomber. That's how he sounds all the time. Let's actually heal up everything before we head right in, just because you don't want your armor breaking. Sweet. Just like that, we should have everything I need. Come over here, and let's see. Okay, did the backflip, kind of reduced the damage a little bit, but we still took damage. And let's head inside. So it is a horde building, so these guys will spawn, and then I'll... Okay, can I get over? Thank you very much. Let's run this way. And looks like we got a damn bandit over there, so never mind, we'll run this way. We have a hunter right there, so that guy will eventually start running towards us. And then we have another one flying, or you flying at us. Ooh, you guys are always flying. Come on, land real quick so I can smack you, my boy. And boom, he is done. Blow up. Okay, kill the bomber, kill the next one. Only issue is these hunters, just because they are a little annoying and they can mine blocks, so it's always best to deal with them whenever you can. Boom. Okay, kind of lost him for a bit, can't lie. That's why I was like, oh, did he die? Nah, he's just up in the sky. But yeah, as you can see, that weird movement that he's doing is him mining blocks. Because what they will do is they'll find they have a certain path that they're trying to get to so they can get you, and then they'll start mining any blocks in the way. Let's take you out. Sweet. Another one down. Okay. Can you guys not spawn as much? I feel like these guys are spawning like crazy. Like, a little too much for me, honestly. Okay, let's do this, and then let's enter and start fighting. Okay, cool. So, these guys are a little restricted in their movements, which helps us a bit. Okay, let's smack them around. Thank you for not moving. Come on. I just want to get rid of these guys as soon as possible. They're number one issue. Can I just jump over things? Thank you very much. Oh my god. One thing that sucks is whenever you have that little sprinting animation, sometimes it doesn't want to let you jump right away, just because kind of like the roll. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the roll. Okay, damn. So many. Okay, let's use this. Okay, got you. Of course. Of course, I can't just do this peacefully. Okay, let's go. Sweet. And then use one of these real quick. Sweet. I'm liking it. Okay, so. Cool. Get rid of you. And then it's you. Perfect. Downside of using this gun is you will go through ammo really quickly. But that's the reason why it's pretty good. Ah, yes. Love it when you guys spawn. Okay, cool. Let's pull away. Okay. Sweet. Heal up, and then we should be able to get in like normal. Oh, you can spawn so crazy fast, it's a little annoying. Okay. Sweet. Get rid of you, because those guys will find you no matter what. In here, nothing real. Okay, let's toss all this up here. Just these 2 blocks, don't need. So, yes, spawner. Get rid of that, that'll help. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Get that. Let's do this real quick, just since we have a little bit of time. Cool. Now, all we can do is hope that this place does have a physician. Cool. And then we mine this. Oh, well, don't really. That's kind of barricaded. Yeah, look at that. Rare warming coat. So instead of having to make it, just come visit this hospital and you should be able to find a couple. Just like that. And then you could just suit up your, or kit up your football gear if you choose to make that one, like how I did, with said material. It's really nice. Not to mention, you should probably get these potions of immunity just because when it is snowing, it further amplifies the cold in the area, which kind of sucks. Just because there's no helping it. Like if you go to a tier 3 with that, with like the best tier thermal, and it's winter, you're still gonna be cold no matter what. Okay, this guy's fast. Okay, got them. And looks like there might be nothing else in here. Oh, yeah. What's wrong? Let's grab all of this. Haha, you guys can't get me. Let's do this. Boom. Get that. Get these. Sweet. Ooh, another heart crystal. We'll definitely use that. Let's just... Okay, we gotta kind of toss all this up here. And then let's grab all these. And then we'll use that crystal real quick, just to further increase our health. Why not? Not to mention it does heal us, or give us regen. Okay, you don't have anything, you're full. Boom. Hello there. And good riddance. You too, buddy. Sweet. Okay, downstairs is where that dude is. Let's actually go visit him if he is here. Okay, I knew I heard a lot of noise. Okay. I wish you could shoot that through that little tiny hole. I mean, it would be pretty cool if you could, but okay, get that angle on him so that we don't take any unnecessary damage. And then take you guys out. Okay, it would help if we can smack. Boom. Line this up. Boom. Cool. Put another torch here. There's spawners inside those rooms. We'll take those out. I kind of want to take out these back rooms first. So, mine you. Spawner 1 down. There we go. Over there. Take you out. Kind of do this. Sweet. Another one. And is that it? Nope. Another one right here. Of course, you gotta spawn. Boom. Cool. just like that, we got rid of all the spawners. I know there's a chest right there. Just checking these real quick. Sweet. Another heart crystal. He's right behind this. Guarantee it. Okay, we'll take this. And we'll use you. Nah, we'll wait. We'll take damage and then we'll use it. Just because that's free healing. Let's take this. Instant health, regeneration, cold immunity. That's the one we want. Cool. Ah, I was wrong. He's coming from the roof. So let's toss this here. Right there. Throw that. Okay. Boom. Ah, you proved me wrong, buddy. Oh, did I use up all my ammo? Really? Ah, I should have probably restocked and kept some in my inventory. Really? 2 of y'all? Jeez. Okay, yeah. That hurts. Those guys hurt. That's just because we're still using anarchy armor. We're not using tier 2. I mean, if we were using the tier 2, I think we'd be doing a little bit better, but that doesn't matter. Let's just destroy this. Cool. Let's see. I don't think you have anything. Nope. Okay, now we could just rate this in its entirety. So, we have a new book, so we could read a couple more things. Cool. Let's grab all this stuff. Let's see, almost forgot to check this out. Transcript 4, transcript 3, that is nice. Let's see if we can get 1, 2, and 5. If not, we might have to hit another 1. Ooh, just 2 and 5. Let's see, can we get lucky? 2. Oh, we are 1 off. Let's see. Please, oh please. Oh, it looks like I am gonna have to hit at least 1 more. So I'll try my best to do that this episode. No promises, just because the horde is coming in a couple days. I think we should be at like 1 day right now. Yeah, so next day we kind of need to head back. But let's see. So, you could always press this button to get through. Boom. Oh, it just keeps it open. Oh, never mind. I'm just redacted. Oh well. Let's see. You guys have anything inside you? Nope. Unfortunately. Transcript 5, transcript 5, transcript 5, transcript 5. Nope. Of course not. They're not trying to help us. Those hunters are relentless. Just look at that. You can just hear them mining. Slowly trying to get over here. My boy, Dr. Tiberian. Oh, I just want to call him Tiberian. Yes, this is our doctor. I'm trying to see if we can get lucky and find maybe another transcript over here. I highly doubt it, but it's worth a shot. You never know. Okay, do I have my wrench? I do. Sweet. Let's take this stuff. Boom, boom, boom. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's all stuff kind of aimed to performing surgery on a zombie, which we will get to see in just a moment. And that's all the crates. Let's throw this in here. We'll throw the books in here too, just because why not? Cool. Let's get this way. Nothing. Okay. Ammo. Need that. And let's talk to the doctor. Alright. Well. A survivor. I suppose this means things have finally cleared up enough for people to start wandering over. I'm Dr. Tiberian. I'm just gonna call him Tiberian. It's easier for me. Ex-department head of this hospital. Or what's left of it. What's your story? Do you know a way to make more of the cure? Doctor. Straight to the point, I see. Short answer, no. I know how to, but the process requires machines I do not have. I would like to keep my current supply for myself as insurance. If you can help me clear out a particularly troublesome type of undead that has been preventing me from gathering the supplies I need, I can tell you what I know. Alright. And just like that, he has given us the quest, which he is telling us to go destroy 5 bombers. Which we can do. I can do that. My only question is, can we find another hospital nearby? Because then it would be pretty cool to complete the quest while clearing out said hospital. Don't see anything over here, so I will have to run around just a wee bit. So, what to do, what to do. But yeah, this area, super useful. Hospitals, nice way to get some extra med kits early on. Get a few more golden apples, get some medical supplies, and meet the doctor, so that you can start working on his quests, as well as collecting some nether brick and magma block and netherrack to be able to make the blast brick for the blast brick furnace. Ah, you finally made it through, I see. Okay, let's take you out. Sweet. Yeah, once you guys get blast brick furnace, you can start producing steel. The way you do that is, let's grab some leather right quick. How many? If we had one more, you know what? I think I know what I'm gonna do. So, I will go back to base, make the next tier armor. I guess I'll showcase a little bit of the horde, just probably the beginning fight. And then I will go raid another hospital, complete the first quest, come back. I should be able to complete the second quest right away. And then we'll see what he gives. Hopefully I get transcript 5. I will then visit the veteran, talk with him, and then I will most likely read the quests or read the books, and then we'll end it there. Okay, cool. This isn't the one I'm thinking. Oh no, it is. Let's see. I wonder what happens if we step on this. Okay, so it isn't this one. Is it? Nope. That's the next area. Never mind. I thought this had a nice little feature. Yeah, so that's the plan. So, I will survive the horde, show you guys a little bit of the little setup that I do have set for this one. It's mainly the same enemies. I'm not sure if this horde includes a new enemy. If it does, little hint, he has a chainsword, or he has chainsaws on his head and on his hands. Other than that, it's the same old horde. Yeah, I will also raid a hospital without you guys, just so that I can hopefully get transcript 5, as well as hopefully complete the quest for the doctor, because that would be pretty cool if we could get that done as well. So, I'll see you guys in just a while. Alright, as promised, we will record just a little bit of the horde, just an initial wave. So, let's see where these guys are coming from. Sadly, it is snowing, so it does make it a little hard to see these guys. But as you can see, they are coming from this way. And this guy decided to launch himself straight into the barbed wire. We like that. Let's take these guys out real quick. Boom. Okay. Go into the wire, please. Thank you. Help put you out of your misery. And boom. Sweet. So, I decided to use this little cobblestone fort that we made in the beginning, and I realized this is going to be very effective in this after all. Even though in the beginning I said, oh, this probably won't help that much. Well, it turns out, if you have a layer of barbed wire on the outside and the inside, they will get stuck and then push each other inwards, trying to get towards us. And then if they somehow do manage to mount each other to climb up to try getting us, if we add another layer of barbed wire just a block above, or yeah, it's like a block space gap, and I just go down. Okay, yeah. Only issue is like I have a little space here, and that's because I ran in. But other than that, you can see you have 2 blocks or 2 layers of barbed wire, and then one up here. Hello there. Let's get rid of you. You're done. And then, yeah, you can easily take these guys out, and it stops them. which is super cool. And then if I put this here, we won't get attacked like last time. And then I did manage to get a ton more ammo ready this time around so that we can use our guns without worrying about, oh, do we have enough ammo? Because yes, we definitely do. Okay, I let that guy too close, was not paying attention. Oh well, we'll do that real quick. Move this, move the medkits downwards, and we'll do that. Sweet. Sadly, the snow is getting a little bit in the way of being able to see some of these guys flying around. That's probably the only downside, but other than that, as long as we are paying attention, we should be able to get these guys in their flight path. So, it looks like they're coming from this way. So let's just kind of look at the sky and see if anything looks amiss. Which, so far, doesn't look like it, but we can always get surprised. After all, that bloodsucker managed to headbutt us earlier, so yeah. But just like that, we are able to just watch all these guys come over here, walk straight into it, and attempt to climb up and mount each other, which will most likely fail every single time. And it looks like it's not this horde where the chainsaw dude comes, but it will definitely be the next horde. So yeah, I'll probably end the horde clip right here, and then we will continue back in the tier 2 area, just so that you guys don't have to wait out this whole night with me. So I'll see you guys in just a bit. And we are back with Dr. Tiberian. Tiberian? I guess that would probably be the best way. Tiberian? Tiberian? I don't know. But let's claim our reward, which was a couple bandages, but we don't really care about that just because after looting this hospital and the other, we did get enough medkits to get a stack and some change, which is super awesome. But let's keep talking to him. Dr. Tiberian. That'll do. I need some samples of infected flesh to calibrate my instruments next. You might have enough for it, considering the amount of fighting you'd have done to get here. You said you couldn't make the cure. Why do you need samples? Doctor, there's something I'd like to test on what little of the cure I have left. You see, before the global network collapse, someone shared the recipe for manufacturing the cure across the internet, which would be fine, except the cure they shared was incomplete. It cures infection, sure, but it does nothing to prevent it. Continue. Doctor, I didn't believe it at first, but a colleague of mine shared sensitive documents that hinted it was so. It costed him his position, but I've been working to verify his claim ever since. Either way, from what I've been able to tell, there is a specific ingredient or set of ingredients missing from the actual cure, and is very likely only Continuum Tech has access to them. But enough talk. Fetch me the samples, and we'll see how much further we can narrow things down. Will do. So, I do not know if you guys remember, but there was another doctor from the beginning, and he lost his position and was placed at the polyclinic. I think this was his colleague, and it looks like his friend survived. However, the doctor, it seems like the other doctor didn't. But at least this guy kind of got the hint and started working on something. So let's see what he wants. Oh, oops. I'm pretty sure he gave us the quest. Yep, 32 rotten flesh, which, after fighting, we got more than plenty. So let's come up here, complete it, get a couple tonics. Always nice to make some more medkits, which this is a recipe for it. Okay, just wanted to check if a hunter somehow found us, just because they are quite annoying. So, let's see. Dr. Tiberian. Interesting. Very interesting. I've only seen this reaction in a very specific set of scientific papers. Papers about materials not from this world. It seems, my friend, that the final components of the cure come from the abyss. The abyss? Don't tell me you've not heard of the abyss. It was front page news for years. The discovery of the portals, the successful portal opening, the new dimension on the other side. You can't possibly have forgotten about that. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. Access to that dimension was lost along with the rest of the world. And with that, any method of making the true cure, as far as I can tell. Is that it? Dr. Tiberian. Well, I may be wrong. I know many groups were trying to pursue the same goal, as well as most of my peers. Maybe their research will be more helpful to you. As far as I recall, the plan was to split up and use landmark structures in each city district as bases of operation. There were 5 teams, I think each writing their own research paper. I've heard something about this. I see. Your best bet would be to find them and get them to share their research with you. Then, though, considering I've not heard from any of them for a long, long time, there's a good chance you may have to collect the papers from what's left of their bases. I suppose it doesn't matter either way. There is one more thing, though. I said access to the abyss was no longer possible, but that may not necessarily be the case. If you can somehow survive the wasteland, there's a slim chance the portals could be reactivated. The wasteland. I'm not sure if you're joking or you really are unaware, but I'll humor you. The gate districts to the abyss require massive amounts of energy to keep running, which required the use of nuclear power. Given that the whole apocalypse started from there, as well as the panic caused by the military, it's now a radioactive hellscape. I strongly recommend a gas mask if you plan to explore it. I see. That's good to know. Thanks for your help. Good luck. Feel free to check in if you need any of my supplies. Will do, Doc. Will do. So, if we check out the wares, as I said earlier, he does supply some very basic stuff. So if we got some healing herbs, some bandages, tonics, morphine, which I currently don't know why we would need it, but I guess maybe going into like a higher tier area where you're just constantly being bombarded, this might be very effective. Hint, hint. Even though I don't use it. Then we have medkits for 32 buckaroonies for each one, which isn't too bad considering, like, technically making the medkit. I guess we could check it real quick. Making the medkit would require a tonic, bandage, wool, and cloth, but looks like, let's see, if we're to buy stuff to make it, that'd be 6, 16, 19, and then of course you just need to supply your own paper and wool. So then that's pretty much cheaper than just buying it straight out. But if you're big ballin', which if you guys are looting properly and you're using anarcha gear and somehow have that luck from mining, and then there's another way to add some luck, which we'll probably go on to showcase next episode maybe. But yeah, that would easily help you get the money necessary to just come big ball and buy these medkits. But yeah, you could also buy this, which I highly don't recommend. There's no point of buying cloth either. Laser rods, you could get plenty from looting. There's no point. Maybe basic armor components, depending on how long it takes you to gear up. This could be very nice. Then over here, the component blueprint, so you could just craft these if you are very big into create, and or if you're playing on a server with multiple people, yeah, you're probably not going to have a lot of basic armor components for everybody. So getting building and manufacturing would probably be one of your best options, since this does not get used up, which is super handy. And very big hint, if you are playing multiplayer, super worth it, just saying. And then of course these things are used to make certain potions, which can be very nice, as well as these rings, which, as you can see, you can add +3 to heat resistance and cold resistance, which would probably be one of your best options, which I'm probably gonna do. Honestly, if I had some cash, I would probably buy these right away, which, yeah, because how I said, once you max out your gear with the epic tier thermals that you get from the tier 3 area, if it's winter, it's still super hot, or I mean super cold. So maybe this is what you need to help push you to the edge. If not, maybe one of these and then holding maybe a, what is it, a torch and maybe a bucket of lava. I don't know if that heats you up, but holding something in your offhand might help. And then of course, if you need crystal hearts, buying it from this dude is the way to go. I like how he's like lean. Oh, okay, he's not leaning. That's just him breathing. I thought he was like just big chilling, busting a Victor over here. But yeah, just like that, we have finished the quest for this dude. Of course, we could always transport him over to the base. However, our base is just a tiny little shack, so I kind of don't have room for the guy, but let's go ahead and use these crystal hearts. Oh, never mind. We are currently at the max, but it never hurts to save it. Just in the rare off chance that I do die, we will lose quite a few of those hearts, if not all of them. But I think the last thing we gotta do here is probably come up here just to showcase what you can loot from the upper stairs, just because we never really covered it. So let's mine this real quick, run over here. Sweet, we were able to get this before it spawned anything. And then you got a chest right here. Some more of these, more of this, which is awesome. Okay, I kind of don't need that stuff, but I'll take it. Always rather be overstocked than under. Always helps. Boom. Okay, let's get over here and put this wool to use. Boom. Boom. Let's mine this. Bang. Sorry, buddy. Gotta move. It's crazy how he just turns into some rotten flesh wolf. Well, it makes sense, but like, damn. Sucks to suck, don't it, buddy? We'll see. In here, nothing. This dude had some resources. Not bad. I guess I'll take some morphine. Might be helpful. Okay. Oh, sounds like we got somebody trying to get to us. Let's see. Is he mining from underneath? He's trying to mine the door. You know what? We'll let him mine the door for us. In the meantime, let's finish collecting all this. We'll take our time looting, just to give him some time to get that door open. I don't need that. Health potions, not really. Sweet. Another crystal, some more golden apples. Quite a few medkits. I'll take all of that. And just like that, now we could stop using bandages and use medkits. Not to mention, we have so many supplies that we've gathered over the time, and with this place supplying us with tons of tonic, we can just start crafting more medkits for ourselves. Hello there. Thank you for your service. He actually mined it. Nice. Okay. Even though we're just gonna go in through right here. I don't know. It's kind of fun to put him to work for no reason. Okay, let's grab the golden apples. This stuff, drop off the junk. Yes, I'll take a couple more morphines. I've never really used them, so I can't really tell you how effective it is, but, you know, it'll be a nice... I heard it. I heard it. I heard it. Sometimes you just need to play DeceasedCraft with headphones, and it feels so much easier because you play without headphones. Sometimes these guys sneak up on you and give you a really good scare. Oh, I almost forgot. Is there any more plushies? Kind kind of forgot I was collecting these just because in the server I'm not. And then I'm also not collecting any of the books, so I don't know how many books there truly are for each place. Kind of keeping it a little mysterious so that I kind of am a little surprised and like curious as to what's going on, who's done what, who's like, I don't know. It's fun. It's fun learning things, especially with you guys. Okay, let's get this up here. Sweet. Put the breeze right there. That book I got, I don't even know from where, but I don't think I've read it, so we will read that in a little while. Can't forget this stuff. I'm pretty sure somebody was about to go crazy in the comments saying, hey, kind of missed a chest. You know, some free golden apples. Some light. Okay. And then if you need some magma blocks, got some available right there. Let's mine this up. Sweet. Another one down. And then if you need some MV accumulators, you can always just mine this, as well as some charcoal. See? And then, oh, looks like there's hay underneath. Let's see, that's just another block. Who cares about that? And some TNT, some poor military dudes, some marines. Bam. Where's your guns, soldier? Could have left behind for me at least. Because it looks like other survivors haven't came by here. But that's just me, I don't know. A little sus. A little sus. Let's grab that. Sweet. And then should be able to grab all this. Cool. Just like that. We are fully stocked on stuff. And as you can see, you do get quite a few coats of the rare variant. So you don't even have to craft them. But if you did want to craft them and put yourself through a little bit of struggle, go ahead. You just need some blaze powder, some diamonds, and 3 of the commons to make 1 of each. Yeah, with this stuff. Pretty sure you just need to combine it with some blaze powder. Nope. Oh yeah. To make the rare variant, just get some blaze powder and then 2 of the different coats. Just like that, you'll get your rare thermal coat, and then just get 4 of those made, apply it to your Tier 2 armor, which for us will be the football gear, and then you're basically ready to go. Like, I think the only thing that I would probably do is make a new bat, just because we do have the... Okay, I heard him. Just because, like, we currently have the saw bat for free. However, I think next episode we'll do a little bit of rating of the school. I'll probably go through, like, a floor of each type. Maybe go over, like, some special points. And then the rest of the episode will probably be me doing some create. So I'll probably go over there and loot some of the floors in my off time. I don't know. It's just, that place is so big. There's so much stuff. It's kind of hard to completely lock in on it, honestly. Yeah, when it comes to melee weapons, honestly, the sawbat is just so OP. Like, you could just use this the whole time, because why would you want an iron bat? Like, look at it. Yeah, you have 1.6 attack speed with like 9 damage, but here it's slightly less, but you do more damage, which is crazy to think about. Okay, can you guys just die for a little bit while I go over stuff? Thank you very much. Yeah. So, if I were to tell you to make any sort of bat, it would probably be the next one, which was the iron spike bat, just because it does do basically the same damage, but it has way more durability, which is pretty cool. But I am lying. The one that I would recommend is the laminated. I was like, wait, it's not the saw or the spiked, the laminated bat. Yes, this one is a little pricier, requiring some netherite. However, the vertical schools do have some of it available, just a little hint. So, yeah, just hit 2 of those, collect these bad boys, and look at that. You get the laminated bat, which has a higher attack speed and higher damage. And this is basically your end game bat to rock with, which honestly I prefer the bat in the apocalypse. It just makes so much sense. Honestly, in real life, you get a pretty solid bat and you just use it until you break it. Okay, well with that, I will look for an entrance to get to my bike, and then I'll meet you guys back at the veteran's house. We'll go say hi to him. We'll go check out what he has stashed in his little area to keep himself safe. Damn, baby zombies are crazy fast. But yeah, we'll go over there, say hi, see what quests he has for us, and then we'll read the transcripts. I'm not sure if there is a transcript 5 for the hospital, but I do know there is 4. I did manage to get the, I think it was 1, because we're missing 1 and 5, I think. But yeah, I was able to find that, and we'll go over that in just a little bit. So, I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alright, and we are finally heading over to the veteran's house. So, this is gonna be pretty cool. I remember I told you guys how his base looks. It's similar to a different house, however, it's slightly different. And when you actually show up to the place, you can tell it's pretty different. Just because I don't believe the other ones have trash outside, nor does it have... That is one crazy zombie. I don't think I've heard that before. That's... You just sound like you're a yelling person in pain. But yeah, look at that. We have a satellite, and he has some barbed wire, or wire fence at the top. So let's help him clean the place out. It seems like he's a little troubled. He's had his fair share of issues with these guys. Let's help the old man, you know, reduce his burdens just a bit. Okay. And as you can see, if you need some early immersive engineering items, this dude is more than willing to lend you a free generator, couple chutes, some charging stations, all this stuff. We don't need to go over it all. And then those bullets are kind of nice, can't lie, I'll take that. Some more. Yes sir, yes sir. And then if you actually want to go up to the top, you can always come see for yourself how he made his little satellite. And then, of course, this is how you can actually come talk to him. I think there's also like an entrance walking up some stairs. I'll double check right now. But yeah, you can just come over here and let's talk to old man Bartley. So, Grams Bartley. Oh, now you come and talk to old Bartley. Eh, punk? Running around these zombies infested areas like you're immortal, you're going to get yourself killed, like all the others. That's what. Stay put and sit tight, like the damn army told us to. Us. No one's coming to rescue us. You know that as well as I do. Bartley. As if you know that for sure. All I see here is people running around like headless chickens and dropping like flies to the horde. Why would you even come to the damn city anyways? The countryside is a far safer place to be. Well, I'm looking for clues about the cure, Marley. The cure? The thing the government said they had ready but then failed to deliver on their promise? It's all a conspiracy, I tell you. They wanted us to hope we'd be saved. Even if they did somehow make this cure, what did they do with it? Barely got it out the door before everything fell apart. Look, punk, the world's ended, and the only reason I'm not one of those zombies outside my house is because I go around trimming the crowd now and then. And I'm sure even your tiny punk brain sees what a futile job that is. I can take him on. I can help you. Let's see. Bartley, did you listen to a word I just said? Do you have a death wish? This place isn't safe. I've made my peace with the world, and I'll go out with this damned house. But you need to get the hell out of town. Hey, wait. Off I go. You know what, old man? Just watch. You're not stuck in this house. I promise. I promise. Just wait. You know what? I don't have it in me to steal from an old man. Those bullets do look mighty fine. Let's see, what else do you have? Ooh, survival axe. That's pretty nice. I like the design of it. But, as I said, as tempted as I am, I won't touch your supply, dude. I don't need this. But I will definitely showcase everything you do have to everybody else. So, got some potatoes. So if you need some potatoes to start off your farm, this seems like a pretty solid place. And looks like he has some barbed wire going up the stairs. That's a pretty smart old dude. So his only way down is through his little ladder well, and then he has this sealed off, or had sealed off, with an iron door and some stone bricks. Sorry, buddy, but looks like that's not too big of an issue. Come down here, got a floodlight, a little sleeping bag, and some more stuff over here. Some early game warming coats are nice, and some potatoes down here as well to steal. It looks like if you want to live with the old man, you could always just come over here, hunker down, and live in technically what is the basement, or looks like the basement. All you have to do is make sure you reseal this area, and you can live with old man Bartley. Not bad. Let's see. His kitchen's empty though, but makes sense. He just eats a raw potato a day. It didn't look like he had some cooking stuff up there, which is kind of funny. Let's see in here. Some onion and water. Solid combo. I don't know what else I would rather eat. You know, definitely not some cooked potatoes. Let's see. Does he have anything hidden behind any of this stuff? I think it'd be cool just to showcase it. Oh, that was a double layer barricade. No, it just looks like it's another way to get over here. And then it looks like that's also a little entrance to that little area. However, I kind of don't really care too much about it. So I'll leave that there. We'll leave most of your defenses alone, old man. But it looks like he's definitely had his run with zombies, having to put up some wooden barricades. Let's see. Can we make this stuff? Wooden. Is that not how you spell it? Really? Bear. I guess it's different. Okay. Nope. Yeah. It doesn't look like we can actually craft those, which is kind of sad. Because I think that would be a pretty cool feature to add to any base. Just have some barricades around. And now, since we are in the residential area, in a rather safe spot as well. Thank you, old man. Actually, we'll take comfort inside your little home real quick to share the story with the world. So, as I said, I do not know how many transcripts there are for the ruined hospital. However, from running all around this one and the other one, and since I didn't manage to find a third yet, we technically only have 4 transcripts. So, before we get into the transcripts, we will reread the police radio transcripts, just because the last time we read it, we went from 1 to 4 to 5, and we were missing 3 and 2, or we were missing 3 and 4, and I didn't think that was pretty cool. So this time we will reread it, but with all the books. So let's get to it. Police radio transcript 1. Alex. James. Alex here. HQ just called in. It's a 130. We need all hands over at the high-rise residential district. Emily here. James is out at the moment, but I'll see what I can send your way. Alex, understood. Be aware, there's a lot of infected citizens, and we are running extremely short-handed. Any help you can send is greatly appreciated. Emily, Wilco. We've had similar reports here, including cases of violence. Can you confirm? Alex, negative. As far as we can tell, The medical team says the virus is airborne. Make sure whoever you're sending is equipped with proper protective equipment, PPE. Just in case we see that again. Book 1 done. Transcript 2. Alex. Sean. Alex here. HQ has a 1, TAC 3, TAC 0 at high-rise residential and needs assistance. How copy? Sean. Negative. We've got multiple cases, 2 TAC 4, TAC 0 in our sector and cannot respond at this time. Units are reporting that the perpetrators seem to be suffering some kind of sickness. Alex, understood. Can you tell us anything else, Sean? A liaison from the nearby hospital recommended immediate quarantine of any infected individuals, but we have no further information at this time. We'll let you know if the situation changes. Book 2 done. Transcript 3. Alex. Jack. Alex here. HQ's reporting 1 TAC 3 TAC 0 at high-rise residential with multiple cases, 2 TAC 4 TAC 0. Possibly 1 TAC 3 TAC 7. Need immediate assistance. I wonder if he's just like pausing and it's not a tag, it's like 137. 137. I don't know. I could be wrong. Alex. Jack, you there? Hello. Jack. Negative. Cannot respond at the gunfire reported. And then Jack, your signal's breaking up. I can't. Infected civilians overrunning the station. Assistance required immediately. Jack. Shit. Station. What station? Who is Jack? I know there was somebody that's buzzed out, but this seems like the polyclinic from last time, but it does say station, so interesting. Okay, now we have transcript 4. Alex to Birchwood substation. Her Kier convoy has been dispatched and is en route to your local polyclinic. Out copy. Blank. Birchwood copies, loud and clear. Dispatching escort units now. Situation is tense but stable. Request supplies when possible. We have multiple civilians taking shelter in the station. Alex. And the infected? Is the perimeter secure? Blank. All exit roads have been cordoned off. It's as good as it's going to get. Who is blank? Okay, then transcript 5. Alex to Gradle substation. Kier convoy has been dispatched and is en route to your local polyclinic. How copy? Blank. Negative HQ. Cancel the convoy immediately. Gunshots. The polyclinic is lost. The infected are converging on the substation as we speak. Alex. Understood, Gradle. You require assistance. Gunshots. Dude is probably screaming and everybody else in there too. Yes, send whatever you have. We have civilians in the building and are in danger of being overrun. Glass breaking. The roof. Hit. No. Seems like the hunter that popped in on us is lore accurate. Or that's what it looks like. Which, I wonder where the spore dude is from, you know? Just cause, I don't know if you guys remember the Abyss. That might be where some of these guys came in. But at the same time, what is Lungbloom? Where is the Lungbloom at? Is that from the Abyss? I don't know. It's all a huge conspiracy. But yeah, let's check out these ruined hospital transcripts and then we'll call it a day. Oops, that's 4. Let's get these in order. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, perfect. We'll start this way. So, hospital PA announcement. Director Hopkins, due to excessive reported cases of the Abyss sickness, colloquially known as Lungbloom, in the region, this hospital is now under military quarantine. For your safety, please follow all instructions given out by military personnel. Knew it. It's that stuff that they came back with. It's over there. I'm telling you. If you or a loved one are currently experiencing symptoms like fever, coughing, restlessness, or delirium, please inform attendant staff immediately. If not, please vacate the premises as soon as possible. Thank you for your cooperation. Damn. Okay, transcript 1. Blank. Dr. T. Oh, Tiberian. Have you seen the new paper from HQ? It's been making rounds in the office. Dr. T. Has it now? Let me have a look. Hmm. 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 London. So they decided to call it that. Blank. What do you think? Doctor. Do we have any patients with these symptoms? Blank. No, sir. First thing we checked, at least, not the common ones. We're not equipped to verify the stranger things like spores in the lungs. Doctor. Very well. Blank. Any ideas on what we should do? Dr. Tiberian. Nothing much we can do except wait. However, perhaps a contingency plan is in order. Is a director's schedule free? Blank. I'll check, sir. Doctor. See if you can book a meeting for me, say in 2 weeks. Till then, I suppose there's some work to be done. Bro, how is this dude so chill? Being in 2 weeks while this is going rampant? That's crazy. Director Hopkins. Director Tiberian? I don't know. Quite the interesting proposal you're bringing up to me. Tiberian. One made with sufficient reason, I'd hope. Hopkins. Let's hear it then. Tiberian. As you know, the reported disease seems to be limited to people who have had direct contact with abyssal entities. Director, I am aware, yes. Tiberian. But if what Corpse dossier says is true, the cure for this disease is still being developed. Given that, were it to suddenly become infectious, there is a high chance our existing medical infrastructure will be overwhelmed. Director Hopkins, and you do not believe it will be complete in time? Tiberian, I have my suspicions. Nevertheless, my proposal should help the efficiency of our department. This new disease notwithstanding. Director Hopkins, you're talking about establishing a new respiratory diseases ward, yes? It is so. Until the cure is complete, measures for quarantine should be made preemptively. I have staff on hand to begin reorganization as soon as you approve. Dr. Hopkins, very well, doctor. I look forward to seeing the results from your effort. Damn, never mind. I thought he was being too chill. It's just he was preparing. He was ready. Is that a dolphin? It was. But it looks like we already have this guy, so I'll leave it with you, buddy. Okay, that was this one. Transcript 3. Blink, Doc. Shipments here. Tiberian. I can tell. Didn't know their escort included the actual military. Blank. Word on the street says some shipments didn't make it. The guys won't talk though. Tiberian. And the patients? Blank. Stable so far. Though we've had to expand the respiratory ward to most of the upper floor. Tiberian. I saw. Are the procedures I outlined working? Blank. As well as they'll do under this amount of strain. The staff is pretty overloaded. Tiberian. As long as we can keep it at bay. Blank. And you, Doc? You've been cooped up in this basement for days. Are you okay? Tiberian. I'm fine. There's just something I need to verify for myself. Blank. Doing some research. Tiberian. Of a sort. Just a tip from an old acquaintance I'd like to test. Blank. I see. I'll leave you to it then. Tiberian, save another sample of that serum for me, will you? Like, there's not much, but I'll try my best, sir. Nice. Who is this blank dude? Dr. Tiberian. You're barring me from my patients, Lieutenant. Look, I'm sorry, Doc. There's no one enters the ward. Orders from above. I'm as high above as it gets. This is my department. Those people need help now. Like, orders are orders, sir. All infected are to be quarantined until Operation Gatekeeper is complete. Even from you. Oh, what is this? And I suppose that's the reason your men dismissed all my staff as well, replaced them with your boys. Fine, keep your secrets. If something bad happens because someone thinks this is a job for the military instead of my team, you can find me downstairs. Just footsteps going down. Siberian awful emergency. Sirens sounding. Crashing, screams, gunfire. Dude, this dude just had enough of it and just said, you know what? Alright, bet. Just like that, we learned of something new. Operation Gatekeeper. What is this? What is going on? That is insane. Unfortunately, I truly think that's like the last bit of lore we get currently in this version. I do wonder if when they release the full version, if we'll get more stuff, because I know in the mall and all the little convenience stores in the retail district, and I know in the casino over there and the hospital, there's technically no books, or I didn't see any. I could be wrong. Maybe I was not paying attention. But yeah, I wonder. I wonder if they're gonna add some more stuff in those chests. Because yeah, right now it seems like we are basically at the end of all available lore, and this doesn't even seem useful anymore. Look at this, just advertising. Who cares about advertising when the world's falling apart? We will skip that bit, but what is Operation Gatekeeper? Will we be able to learn more from the Tier 3 districts in the future? When is this coming out? I need to know. I want to know. I like the lore for this mod pack is going crazy. It's very entertaining, it's very cool. And going over through these episodes has been extremely fun, and one thing I do like to apologize is for the extremely long episodes, but it's just every time I play this, it just feels like, oh, I'm prepped and ready, and then boom, I'm not ready. I'm not prepped. There's so many things that I could do, time frames to meet, all these different things mess with us, and kind of interferes. One little tidbit I want to mention is if you press G, you can switch between semi-auto and automatic. Make sure your keybinds are not conflicting, because there is a chance it is conflicted. But yeah, that'll help you reduce the amount of ammo you are wasting. But yeah, that is all the lore currently available. As I said earlier, there is no wasteland just yet. So once we do hit the tier 3 areas and completely rate that stuff, well, there's technically nothing else we can do. So when that happens, I'll just show you guys all the necessary steps you can take to help get yourselves prepared. And some of those steps can be done earlier in your playthrough compared to what I may be doing, which will be pretty cool. But yeah, sorry for the long episode. Hate to keep you guys this long, but it's a lot, and I kind of want to get it all out there. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the series and you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit that like button. If you guys enjoy the lore, let me know down in the comments. If you guys are also playing, let me know what you guys have done, what's different from your playthrough compared to mine. What armor sets did you guys decide to go with? What weapons, what guns? Let me know. I'm interested. Just because there's so many ways to play this, I went back this time, but maybe axe would be pretty cool. Maybe going back to the sword. Maybe using a shovel or a hoe. You know, those it's all valid styles of play. Could be pretty cool. But yeah, um, if you guys are enjoying the series and would like to keep up to date whenever I do release an episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ensure that that notification bell is enabled just so that when I do upload, you guys do get that notification. But with that, guys, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, peace.